The lesson of today's review is to not buy a product based upon the company's name that is on it. KMTech here, and if you are somewhat interested in videography at all, you know that the first thing you need to go out and buy, aside from a camera, is a tripod. There's basically two realms of tripods when it comes to starting out. You can either buy like a $20 tripod, or you can buy a nicer $100 tripod before stepping up into much more advanced tripods. Now, that being said, Manfrotto tried to bridge the gap with their Manfrotto compact action tripod. It's about a $60 product, but what I have to say about it is anything but good. In fact, if you are interested in any of these mid-level tripods, I recommend that you actually just buy a $20 tripod and then save up your money for a nicer $100, maybe $150 tripod instead, because I'm sitting here using my current tripod, which is the Vista Explorer. It was like 15 bucks on Amazon, and I got it 6 years ago. It still works. This $60 tripod was purchased in April, and I absolutely hate it. But first, let me talk about the things that I really do like about it. Off the bat, it's a hefty tripod. It feels like it is very quality. I mean, the metal legs on it are great. It has weight to it, so I don't feel like the camera is gonna blow over in the wind. Another thing is that despite how compact it is, this thing can get super tall. Like, I can film standing up with this tripod, and I really like that feature a lot. Now, let's get into the bad things about this tripod, which is also known as literally everything else about this tripod. Where do I begin? Well, first of all, the legs. Even when you expand them out evenly and then extend the length of each tripod leg to the equal amount, your shots are never gonna be level. You have to always fiddle with all of the tripod legs just to get an even shot, and that can take anywhere from about maybe 30 seconds to about 2.5 minutes, depending on how complex your shots are supposed to be. It adds a bunch of time that is unnecessary, not to mention the next thing that I hate
so much.
The first thing I want to talk about is, well, here we go, right here. I have it tightened. Look at that. This is when it's tightened. You have to tighten it to the absolute tightest level, to the point where it feels like it's gonna break. Because if you don't, you'll have your shot set up and then it's just gonna fall and then ruin your shot. And then, since your camera's already on the tripod, the weight of it will flap it down and then mess up the legs, and you just have to reframe your entire shot. This happens to me all the time. It's so frustrating. I'm getting worked up just talking about it, so I'm gonna take a moment real quick. It's okay, it's just a tripod. The next thing I want to talk about in the design department is the way that it looks. Thanks to its handle, it looks a little suspicious. Basically, it looks like I'm concealing and carrying whenever I take my tripod and camera with me somewhere on campus. And I didn't even think about this, but there was one time a student came up to me and they said, what are you doing? And I didn't realize that my tripod looked like a gun. And since I was out filming stuff, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be getting some shots today. So he probably called the cops on me or something, because that looked mighty suspicious. Next thing I want to talk about is the quick release. This is the size of your quick release. Actually, I have good B-roll over it, so I don't know why I'm talking about it. Since it's so small, whenever you just leave it on your camera, you can't set it down at its level position. You have to set it down on its back or on its other side or something, and it adds a layer of inconvenience that I don't like at all. Another thing that I really do hate is whenever I put the quick release into the tripod when my camera's on and then I close the lever, sometimes it can get super tight to the point where I feel like I'm about to snap the lever because of how bad it is. So yeah, this is a quick little review about this compact action tripod. So far, like I said, nothing really good to say about it. It's tall, which is nice, and it doesn't feel like it's the cheapest piece of tripod that I've ever used, but due to the awful head that's been included on it, I can't recommend this product to anybody. You're better off just saving your money to get maybe a $100 tripod, or just starting off with a nice cheap $20 tripod, because I've been using mine for about 6 years and it has yet to fail me. So there you go, that was today's video. If you enjoyed, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more tech related content. Other than that, I'm KMTech. I'll catch you guys in the next video.